Okay, so let's see what else we can get. Connect 4, Perfection, and Trouble. Another of these triple board game games. Alright, so I think this is our third of these board game games on the Game Boy Advance that we're getting through. So let's just go ahead and... What options could we possibly have? Oh, well, difficulty. Makes sense. And the usual sound effects and music, which are always on every single one. Okay, so... Yep, it is the basic Connect 4 in total 2D mode. Not much else can be expected. I'm not entirely certain how difficult, you know, a normal computer is going to be. So I'll just kind of continue to keep blocking what I do see, and hopefully nothing will appear that I am not seeing. I'm not going to put one there since they would immediately block me. That's not going to turn into anything. Of course, now I can't get one there. They've already blocked me with that. Why not? One there. And I will mention, actually, that people who own Tabletop Simulator, again, I talked about Tabletop Simulator with the last one of these that we did, but those of you who do own it, the Connect 4, which is available on Tabletop, the one that's actually in 3D and plays like the actual Connect 4 board game, that was made by a good friend of mine from the Zeta Plays chat, Sashaval. And, yeah, thank you, computer. So, you know, go download that mod from the workshop and support him in that way. Because he is kind of awesome in that way. So, yeah, no, we're done with Connect 4. One is really all we need. And I really should have made a save state here, so let's go ahead and do that now. And I'm really, really curious how they're going to handle Perfection here on the Game Boy Advance like this. Like, the actual game is a complete game of skill in a short period of time, of matching all of the various cutout pieces and shapes to the slot where they go. And once you have them all in, you still have to manually smack the timer to get it to stop before it buzzes. Oh, it just immediately starts right off. There's no activation button or anything, so let's try that again. So, I guess we just, yeah, basic shape matching. A little bit of a delay on moving it from there. I guess that's to simulate the the actual time it takes to move your hand over. And I'm blind as a bat. Can these be rotated, or... These can be rotated, indeed. So... That's not the pentagram... What? Oh. Wow. Okay, that took up, like, half of my time right there. Okay, so yes, it's just using the L and R buttons to rotate. Oh, there's two of those. Did not notice. See if we can make up some time here. Aw. Okay, so we'll give this one more try because, you know, we came within 2 pieces of finishing it there, despite the massive time sink of not realizing that the pieces rotated. Okay, so it randomizes the pieces for you in that way, which is nice. It's what you would expect to happen. And all these shadows are throwing me off of the shapes in the board, which are also randomized, which is not a thing that the actual board game does, so that has the Game Boy game version one up on the actual board game. Triangle. In that way. There's that. There's that. And then we got the big plus, which is there. Okay, and there we go. Much better. Okay. And did we make it on the high scores list? Evidently we did. But we didn't take 50. I could have sworn I saw the timer at like 10 seconds right at the end there. Don't know what happened to those other 9 seconds, but whatever. Anyways, last one, which we will be employing the speed button for because Trouble is another Parcheesi game. The last one of these that we did was basically just 2 other versions of Parcheesi. Actually, I think it was 3 versions, because isn't that the one that we played Sorry in? I think it was like Sorry, Aggravation, and something else, but yeah, they're basically like just versions of Parcheesi. And that's exactly what Trouble is. It is Parcheesi, except instead of actually rolling a die or sticking it in a little cup and then rolling it, it's in this little bubble thing that it just uses, you know, bubble powers of physics and things to you push down on the plastic bubble and it bounces the die. Kind of exactly like we see here. And, you know, if you get a certain number on the die, you can move your piece out of the home area and into the main play area. And if you land on another person's piece, that piece gets sent back to their home area. And the goal is to go all the way around the board once and get back to your own little home area with 4 slots going into the middle. And you want all 4 pieces in the middle there, so let's go ahead and click, 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 click now, because there is no nuance to this game, there is no skill, there is no strategy. It is completely just push the bubble and read the die and maybe move your piece forward. And why am I even still... Whoop, come on. Auto fire. There we go, even better. And yeah, that perfection is probably the highlight of this particular set we have here. Trouble is not really all that good to begin with, although this is a rather faithful adaptation of it. And Connect 4... Oh, have we... I sped past the winner. Maybe I'll watch the replay and check an annotation of it, but yeah. Or write an annotation of who actually won in there, but either way, yeah, this has been Trouble. But yeah, I'd personally rank these Perfection, then Connect 4, and then Trouble. But yeah, with that said, we're already done with this. There is nothing left to say on any of these 3, so yeah, definitely pretty darn decent for Game Boy Advance board games. Good substitute for the actual thing.